Hi, and welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you my new project bike and explain why it is an incredible machine for long distance travel if you want to spend as little as possible on the vehicle and use that money for local food and adventures without losing the fun of a powerful and comfortable bike. This is my new to me 2000 Honda CB500 PC32. It is my third bike of this same exact model, and I've got a fair share of experience and mileage with it. You're probably asking yourself why I consider a 25 years old adequate for long travel without troubles. And I'm going to prove why it is an indestructible bike that requires a very low budget for the purchase and maintenance. And also, why is it a very fun bike to drive while being comfortable for long travel. This model first appeared in Japan in 1994 as PC26 and was exported mostly to Europe. In 1996 they moved the assembly line to Italy, replaced the rear brake drum with a disc brake and changed the model code to PC32. But most of the parts came from Japan, including the whole engine, which still showed the PC26 code until the production was stopped in 2003. At the heart of the CB500 is a 499cc parallel twin engine. It's a testament to Honda's golden age of engineering, a power plant built with one goal in mind: durability. Honda engineers themselves designed this motor for an incredible service life of over 300,000 kilometers. That's nearly 190,000 miles of trouble-free riding. And I will show you it proved to be true. A key advantage of the CB500 is its lightweight and nimble frame. With a dry weight of around 170 kilograms, it's easy to handle at low speeds and a joy to ride on winding country roads. The stock ergonomics provide an upright, neutral sitting position that is surprisingly comfortable for long days in the saddle. While the base model is a naked bike, its semi-faired sibling, the CB500S, offers some wind protection. Regardless of the model, adding an aftermarket windscreen can significantly reduce rider fatigue on long highway stretches, making a cross-country trip a breeze. The practicality of the CB500 truly sets it apart. It has a generous 18-liter fuel tank, and its economical engine means you'll be able to travel long distances between fill-ups. This is a bike that won't empty your wallet at the gas station. From a maintenance perspective, the CB500 is a minimalist dream, simple to work on and with a reputation for being bulletproof. It's a bike you can trust to take you far from home and get you back without any fuss. It's a machine that proves you don't need complex technology to have a great adventure. You just need a reliable engine and a sense of wanderlust. Now, as I said before, this bike is indestructible. For proof, this is my first CB500, a 2001 model, and yes, it's the same exact color scheme at my latest one. I love it. I bought this bike with 240,000 kilometers on the clock. The first owner was a courier in a major city, and the second one mainly used it to commute 200 kilometers every day from Monday to Friday and some trips on the weekends. I constantly use the bike as my everyday vehicle and for nice travels up to over 300,000 kilometers, and never had a single problem, only basic maintenance. And talking about maintenance, it is very cheap and easy. The transmission kit lasts forever, as well as the tires, which are very skinny and cheap, also easy to find in most countries of the world. If you leave home with new tires, transmission kit and brakes, you can easily drive around the planet without needing to replace anything, except in case of unexpected damage. There is only one spare you need to bring for a long travel apart from cables and consumables, and it is a new regulator. Like in most Hondas from the 90s, after many years of use, the regulator may die. It is what happened on my second CB500 with 100,000 kilometers on the clock, and I just bought an aftermarket one on eBay for 30 bucks. I did 20,000 more kilometers with no problems at all before selling the bike. Remember the regulator thing, because we are going to talk about it again later on. There is a major problem with the fact that these bikes are indestructible and age very well. The clock only goes to 99,999 kilometers or miles, so they are often advertised with a lot less mileage than they really have. Check these pictures of my first CB with 300,000 kilometers. And now my second CB500 with 120,000 kilometers. These bikes have spent most of their life sleeping on the street and under heavy sun during the day. But they look fairly new. Only the seat covers needed to be replaced. So, if you have the possibility to check the history of the bike, do that. Nothing wrong with a high mileage, well-maintained CB500. But you can save money when buying pointing the real mileage. And that's exactly what I did with my new CB500. Only 2 owners, both for a long time, and well under 90,000 kilometers. All the bills from maintenance were kept, and it was all done at a Honda dealership. Shortly before I bought it, the oil and filters were replaced. Also, tires and transmission are in excellent condition. Last year, the battery and regulators were replaced with expensive OEM ones. Remember what I said earlier about the regulator being the only thing that could fail? The bike is in perfect condition, and I could jump on it and go for a long trip as it is, except for a single thing, and it is that it needs new fork seals. Very cheap and easy to change. I will do it myself and put brand new fork oil. Subscribe to see the video about it in the near future. But not only was the bike in nearly perfect condition, it comes with a set of optional Honda side panniers. This was a very expensive option, and it is the first time I see it on any Honda PC32 or 26. They are extremely well made, and the attachment bars are mounted on heavy-duty rubbers to absorb vibrations. The bike also came with a tall windshield, as I said, ready to jump on and travel the world. The price I paid for the bike was amazing, barely the price of a used moped. I am not saying how much because prices differ in every country, but this bike can be found in Europe for very low prices. It was a bestseller back in the days, and there are hundreds of units for sale everywhere. Also, used parts are easy and cheap to find on any major ads websites. I used this bike for a trip with my daughter this summer, and on mountain roads it averaged a consumption of under 4.5 liters per 100 kilometers. On daily commute, it used slightly over 5 liters for every 100 kilometers. With a 18 liters tank, you have a range close to 400 kilometers, which is very good. Now, if you think it must be a slow and boring bike due to its small size engine, think again. It's a very light bike with close to 60 horsepower. Check by yourself. Under 4000 RPM there is little torque, but it's perfect for a relaxed and very quiet drive. From 4000 it starts to wake up, and after 6000 the engine is in full rage mode. So, am I going to do a long travel with this bike? No, because I already have my Transam 700 for that, and I often like to go off the tarmac on my trips. I have other plans for this bike. as I have experienced with my two previous CB500 PC32, it is very easy to make it look a lot better without spending a lot and in a couple of hours. So, if you're interested in the process, I will upload videos of all the steps. Stay tuned.